Hello, today we are going to be making tie-dye masks. Since we are in the middle of a pandemic and, we're not allowed to wear our normal faces out in public, why not have a stylish mask to go with your outfit? So what you will be getting in your bag that you will pick up at the library is 5 rubber bands, 2 or 3 dyes, and I think that's it. And the mask, of course. So to start off, I'm gonna move the water over here. We are going to take a fork. I'm sure y'all have forks at home. Just a plastic or metal fork, and you're going to want to flatten your mask out as much as possible, and you're going to want to stick it in the middle and start twisting it. Once you start twisting it, you're gonna twist it all the way up, which can be a little difficult to do. I'm sure that it'll be fine once you get it, but it's kind of like spaghetti, only a lot harder to do because it's cloth. But basically, once you get to the ends, I'm redoing that. Once you get to the ends, you're going to put your rubber bands on. So just like that, there we go. That's what it should look like. It should look like a little cinnamon roll, just like that. So after that, you're going to take your rubber bands and put them on, which can be a little bit of a hassle. I'm used to doing these on t-shirts because that's usually how I do them, but you're just going to take them and put as many rubber bands as you want on. That's why we gave you 5, just in case you wanted more than what you had. I'm going to use all 5 just because I feel like it. But after you're done with that, well, let me get there. Don't want to rush it. But yeah, twisting it, it's going to look small and you may be a little off-put by it, which is okay because the first time I ever did anything with it, I was kind of concerned because the t-shirts get a lot smaller than what is usually done. And don't worry about how the rubber bands look because it's not going to be perfect, and it shouldn't be perfect because, it's tie-dye. It's your own masterpiece and your own journey. So after I'm completely finished, I'm not going to use that other rubber band just because I don't want to have too many on there. So after you're done with this, you're going to take water. You can run it under a faucet. You can have a bowl of water with you. You're going to soak it in water and make sure the whole thing gets completely and entirely soaked. And then once you're done with it, you might have to go and put it in one more time or keep it in underwater for a couple minutes or a couple seconds. It doesn't really matter, just as long as it's wet. Now, once you're done with that, you're going to take a funnel, a small spoon or something, and you're going to mix it with your dye pigments. The dyes don't actually come in liquid form, they come in pigments. If you've ever dyed your hair or if you've ever made your own face paint or your own paints, you may know that you have to mix it with water. So you're going to add about the same amount as your pigments. You should be able to tell how much there is in there, and then it's going to start looking like that. And then you're going to want to secure the lid on as tight as possible. Oh. And you're going to want to shake it to mix up the pigments in the water. And you're going to want to do that for all 3 of your, or 2 of your shades. Usually people only use a couple. Some people go overboard. Some people use just 1. It doesn't really matter how many you use. It just kind of matters how you put the rubber bands on. As long as you get it wet, it should turn out the same. So I'm going with a pink, purple, and blue mask.
What do the rubber bands do?
The rubber bands just kind of twist it up, and it gives the twisted tie-dye shape or form or whatever you want to call it. But I'm gonna finish with the pink. I'm gonna add a little bit more water to that, and then be able to go. The pigments may look a little dark in the bottles, but don't worry about it. It's not going to affect anything. And it always goes on darker and gets lighter. Some hair dyes do that. Also, some hair dyes go lighter to darker. I don't use bottle dyes, clearly. I haven't ever dyed my hair. Getting it done on Tuesday, though. But now we're going to start with the tie-dye process. Now, tie-dye is a very, very messy thing. So I'm going to take all of these and I'm going to put them over here. And I'm going to just kind of, I'm going to get more paper towel. Definitely going to get more paper towel. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to crumple it up because I don't really want anything to get on the table. Because we are filming this at the library and it would be very hard to clean up the tables if it had hair, not hair dye, tie-dye all over them. So I'm just gonna add a couple more paper towels because I don't want it to be super dirty. So it is time to start. As you can see, when I was fixing the tie-dye, a little bit got on my mask. It's okay. It's not going to affect anything. Don't freak out. But I'm going to start off with pink, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to alternate the colors. You're not going to want to put just, since you're not doing one, you're doing more than one, you're not going to want to put the same color on each thing. So I'm just going to do it like that. And it may get on other places on the mask. It's fine, it's supposed to do that. It's because you put the water in it, and the water is going to expand the dye just like how the water expanded the pigments when we put it in the dye thing. I can't get this open, hold on. That is so hard to get open. Got it. I'm gonna go with blue. Yes, it's going to get on your hands. There is no avoiding that. And it will stain. It will definitely stain, but it's fine, it's fine. So I'm going to alternate. I'm doing blue right here now. And then I'm going to go in with purple. That got everywhere. But it's okay, because it didn't get on the table, I don't think. Well, there's a little spot right there. It's okay, it's okay. Everything will be fine. Once again, please do this with adult supervision and on a place that isn't going to mess everything up. What, is he back there? I don't know. Okay, so now I'm going to apply the purple and I'm just going to alternate it now. Oh, oops. Okay, like I said, very messy. But the pinks and the purples kind of look the same, which is like going to happen because they're basically the same shade. Or at least they're close to the same shade on the color wheel. These are gonna look really dark. And I don't know how long it said it takes them to dry. If you want to get it on the handles, you can, but now we're finished, and I'm going to add all three of the colors on our last little stripe. Now, once you have it like that, yes, it looks dark. Yes, it looks scary. Yes, it is unbelievably messy. My plans on not getting it on the table did not go through, but it's okay because, yeah, it's okay. Oh, I lost that. Okay, well, after this, you're gonna wanna let it dry. I think it takes, how many days does it say it takes to dry? Hold on, let me look at the, I think it takes like 12 to 24 hours to dry, except, like, that's usually how it is with the dyes, the tie-dyes I use. I have never used this Tulip one-step tie-dye kit. Oh, there's gloves in it. That would have been lovely to know. But after it dries, so just give it 12 to 24 hours. If you're impatient, take it and do whatever at 12. If you're patient, do 24. But once it's done drying,
you're going to want to go and wash it in the sink, in the bathtub. I use the bathtub because I usually do this on t-shirts. But once you're done with it, just wash it out and then let that dry. You can throw it in the dryer if you really wanted to. Don't throw it in the dryer with the dye on.
Do you take the rubber bands off?
Take the rubber bands off after you wash it, because if you don't, that's all going to kind of expand and make things a little bit of a mess.
Just wash it with water.
Just wash it with water. Don't put soap on it. Don't put detergent on it. Don't do anything like that. You're going to want to wait for it to dry completely before you wash it with any other kinds of clothing, with detergent, because it can fade, and it probably may fade because I have had some tie-dye shirts fade.
So maybe just hand wash it.
So maybe, yeah, just maybe hand wash it. But after that, once you wash it, once you dry it, after everything, you'll be good to go and you'll have a tie-dye mess.